This is Damon L. Jacobs.
And I'm Roger Newcomb. Welcome to the Creative Arts Daytime Emmy Awards.
We are coming to you from Los Angeles, California, and we have all the best interviews coming up with the people behind the scenes and in front of the scenes that make the shows awesome.
It's an exciting night. They're going to award lots of different categories.
And some surprises too, so stay tuned. So I'm here with Lisa Locicero and Jason Thompson from General Hospital. I'm so excited to see both of you.
Yeah, excited to see you too.
Now, you're both presenting tonight, is that right?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, are you presenting together?
Yes, we are.
What are you presenting?
We're something called special class, and we don't really know exactly what that means, but
there's like 4 categories of special class. There's a new category, special class short.
That's special class
first year that they're having this. So
special class writing.
It's a very
something
special
special and classy.
Just like you.
Exactly.
Just like you.
Us. Special and classy.
What can you tell us about what's coming up on General Hospital this summer? It's a very exciting time for the show. We've been enjoying it a lot. Let's start with you. What's going on with your love life?
Apparently, there's a lot of new stuff coming with the new writers. I think it's going to be everyone's getting the canvas is going to be sort of spread out. I know there's going to be going back to Bensonhurst. I believe there's going to be a lot of Falconeri Bensonhurst activity going on, so that's good for me.
A little more of her backstory is going to come out?
I believe so, and I think a lot of Sunny's backstory as well. I think we're going to see a little bit about. I think that we're going to see a little bit about where Sunny comes from.
Okay.
And what made Sunny the man that he is today, the myth, the legend, and all
the
of
legend,
that.
the monster, all of the above?
Exactly.
You know, Patrick's been in the doghouse for the better part of this last year.
Yeah, he's working his way out.
The story, which on paper could have looked one way, has played out. It's been fascinating to watch. Sort of a classic twist. It's been a newer twist on a classic story, with Lisa being a very compelling villainess and Patrick.
Yeah, I think it kind of started out a little bit Fatal Attraction. I think in the end it's coming back around. I think today it aired that Lisa kind of took us hostage in the hospital. I didn't see it, but that's what I heard today. So yeah, it's coming to somewhat of an end. I mean, it's soap, so nothing really ever comes to an end, so we'll see what happens. But as far as what's coming up, I don't know. I mean, with the new writers, I think we're all excited. There's a new kind of optimism in our building right now, so we're all excited to get back to work.
That is awesome. You know, one thing that's been going on a lot in the news lately is everybody's been talking about tweeting and new media and some of the pros and cons of that. I just want to ask, I know you're both on Twitter, what is the most embarrassing tweet you've ever done?
Oh my God! I sent one to my husband to Twitter that I thought I was texting my husband, and I'm not because it was so embarrassing. I'm not going to repeat what it was that I said.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it could have been a lot worse.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it at that.
I know you're on Twitter. What?
I got nothing like that.
Sorry.
I didn't receive that one either. Obviously. Didn't follow me.
Could have gone under the radar easily, but.
So I got to follow you next time. Get those.
I know. We're all going to follow Lisa right now to catch the embarrassing tweets.
No more of that.
Mistakes.
No more of that. No more of that.
Well, I just want to thank you both for what you're doing. I can't wait to see you present tonight, and thank you both for being here at the Creative Emmys. It's always awesome to speak with you both.
We love soaps too.
We're with Mary Iannelli, who is nominated this evening for Best Costume Design for General Hospital.
Thank you.
We're so excited. Are you excited to be here?
Yes, I'm very excited. It's my first time, so it's good. I'm loving it.
What episodes were submitted this year for costumes?
I submitted several episodes. We're allowed to do 5. So one was the James Franco, of course, and then one was with Lexi, and she had a little montage, like a little fashion montage, and then another was with Maurice, their shootout, father-son shootout.
Oh, wow.
So there was a little GH violence in there, but
some blood in that one.
Some mobster stuff, and a little bit of art gallery, and a little fashion thing, and then also a christening.
So that's a lot of different. That showed a lot of
Yeah.
different pieces, a lot of different moods.
And then also Tony Geary's wedding with Jane Elliott. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So our 2 sort of veteran cast members.
Wow. Were you a fan of GH before you worked for them?
I actually watched GH when I was only about 5 years old. My grandfather watched it, so I've been a fan since I was very young, and yeah, I mean, everybody's pretty much grown up on it.
So you knew Luke, you knew Tracy, you knew their background.
Oh yeah,
you
for
knew
sure. When I was in junior high, I think the big story was Luke and Laura, and everybody rushed home from school to watch it.
Yeah, where some people ditched. Don't ditch kids, but some people ditched to watch it. I imagine. Now, do you have to find materials that won't stain if you put blood or fake blood on them? Is that hard to do?
Well, we usually buy multiples, so
Okay.
if it gets, in case they go back to pre-bloody state, and then, but we do have the wardrobe supervisor on our show is amazing with all of the blood and the blood and the guts thing. So once we sort of get it stylized and worked out with the actor and our executive producer, she gets in there and goes at it. So it's a team effort.
Awesome. I want to say you look gorgeous. I love this dress. Who are you wearing? Did you design this?
It's no, it's
This is not Iannelli?
Badgley Mishka, and I chose it for myself, but I did design a couple of dresses in the reel, but I just didn't have the time on because I've been getting the actors ready too for Vegas. So.
For Vegas.
Yeah.
Anything you can preview for us about what's coming up this summer on GH? Any big events or complicated costumes you've had to design for?
I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal any storylines.
Just a hint. If there's an event or something.
There may be a wedding coming up.
Maybe a
I
wedding.
know that.
Okay. All right. We'll go with
and
that.
lots of romance because we have a new writer and he's amazing. And I feel like our show has the best looking cast. So I already have an advantage over other people because they're so amazing and great looking and what can I say? It makes my job easy.
I'm here with award-winning Chip Docs, who just won tonight for art direction on General Hospital. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thanks.
Your work in daytime goes back. I know you've worked on Days of Our Lives. What other shows?
Well, those are my two big daytime shows, and that started in 1979.
Wow. So you have been able to make daytime look fresh and vital for over 30 years. How have you been able to do that?
We're trying. It's hard. It gets
You do?
harder and harder. But it's a lot of fun. We do it because it's a lot of fun.
What makes it harder and harder?
Well, we have less and less money to spend on anything.
So how do you continue to do such a great quality job with less and less money? What's the trick?
I think it's just because I'm old enough to be able to do it.
Which is a great sign. This is getting older rocks.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you still enjoy what you do?
We have the most fun of anybody in the business. It's really great. We're all very happy to be able to do it. It's a lot of fun.
And which episodes did you submit this year?
These shows were from the James Franco stuff, which was shot at MoCA, the Museum of...
We were there last year when that was filming.
Right.
We were there that night.
Yeah. And that was a lot of fun to do.
So that was a gorgeous, complicated set, and you designed all that.
Yes, we did.
Awesome. Our readers have seen a lot of the clips from that before. Won this award before?
I have.
When?
In 1996 with Days of Our Lives.
Well, then it is long time past for you to win again.
Thank
you for all your contributions, making daytime look so beautiful after all these years.
Thank
I'm here with Vincent Steib, who just won his award for Best Lighting Direction for General Hospital. How exciting is that?
It's a blast. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I'm happy and I'm just riding the wave right now. It's great.
Now, what did you submit this year? How does one get an Emmy for lighting design?
Well, you submit a show that you think is important and creative, and we had the opportunity of doing shows with James Franco.
Yeah.
And we did a remote at the Pacific Design Center.
Yes.
And that's what I submitted, and here it is.
Wow. Now, aside from special, really beautiful episodes like that, you're working all year round on a set to make the lighting, to make everything look good.
Yes, that's correct. We actually used to do 50 weeks a year. Now we're down to like 37 weeks a year, I believe. So,
what are some of the biggest challenges that you face in the technical realm of making the show look so good all the time?
Well, you have older actors that you have to try and make look younger. We're shooting with multi-camera format, so 4 to 6 cameras, and usually it's just block it, rehearse it, tape it, moving on to the next item.
Wow. Now, do you like that fast pace, or do you ever wish you could kind of like slow down a little bit?
There's times where you wish you could slow down, but it just doesn't happen. And there's days where we shoot almost a feature, like 140 pages in a day, in 10 hours.
Yeah.
So it's fast.
Have you ever won an award here before?
Yeah, I was a camera operator in 1984, so I won for the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
So then going to the MoCA and doing like an outdoor remote shoot like that was something you had familiar with? You've done that before?
Yeah, every time you do it, it's a learning process, and you just go with it.
Yeah. What is the biggest surprise? Like, are you ever surprised when you see something on screen and you're like, that's not what I planned. I didn't think it was going to go like that. Does that still happen, or are you pretty much in control of what we see on screen?
it's always what you plan.
All right, all right, all right. So I'm here with Averill Perry and Jim Ralston, who just won the Emmy for technical direction at General Hospital.
2 years in a row.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Did you also submit the James Franco episodes that were outdoor?
We did.
Okay,
We did.
okay.
Yeah.
So what are you have come to the end? You said in your acceptance speech that this is the end of a very long career for you. What have been some of the biggest changes you've seen in the shows and the way the shows are produced since you started?
Boy, that's a loaded question. But
I'm here to be loaded.
But I would say that unfortunately it all comes down to money. The way it is in the last, probably we've seen in the last 10 years. Before that, it was, it was unlimited money, and we was able to do a lot more of the things like we did with the Franco remotes and stuff, which we do very seldom anymore because the money just doesn't command it, because it doesn't produce, it just doesn't equate to the profits.
How long have you been with General Hospital?
I've been doing General Hospital for about 30 years off and on. I've been with ABC for 44.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you working with General Hospital during some of the grand escapades of Luke and Laura and Holly and Robert?
Absolutely.
And how about you, sir? How long have you been with the show?
I've been with the show about 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
What are some of the rewards for you of having worked on the show? I'm going to start with you. I want to ask you both.
This is the biggest reward here, 2 years in a row. But being recognized by our peers, and and being able to work with one of the best crews that there is, because we really are a family. We spend doing this kind of a show. It takes so much and so much time. We're with our working family almost more than we are with our home family, and it really it's really tough, But it just everybody's dedicated, and it's that's really the reward, and the ultimate reward.
And the ultimate reward called the Emmy. How about for you, sir? What's the biggest reward of being able to do this work day after day after day after day?
Mine is I get a chance to. It's a threefold job. You have to please the union, you have to keep that honest, and then you have to please the production company, and then you have your crew, which are like your children and your family. Like Jimmy said, we are a very funny family, and the best part of the show might be in the control room while we're taping.
What goes on in the control room while you're taping?
All kinds of things.
Tell you that kind of stuff.
All kinds of
You're
things.
retiring. You can say anything.
No.
We do stand-up comedy. We do all kinds of stuff. We have funny directors. We have funny people, answers, everybody. There's loaded questions. We change the dialogue to suit what we want to say. It's just a funny place and a wonderful...
And being that we can have a good time doing it, I mean, it used to be we had a good time all the time, but if that's what really makes it worth it, because the long hours, we do have a good time with it, and if we couldn't have a good time, it'd make it just like working in a factory.
And you guys are really the ones that are there late at night and early in the morning that are setting up the sets so that we can appreciate the drama, we can appreciate the actors and everything going on.
Normal day is 7 in the morning until maybe 8 o'clock at night
To put it in a little perspective, we're right across from Grey's Anatomy. We shoot upwards to sometimes 100 pages a day, and they shoot 5 pages.
Oh my goodness. So why do you ever feel tempted to do something else, or do you still love daytime? Do you still love the spirit and the energy of daytime?
I still love it, and it keeps us all going. Yeah. You get up in the morning knowing that there's something else. There's anything could happen that day.
After 30 years in the field, what would you say is the #1 valuable lesson you've learned by doing this hard work?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I would say to protect the crew and try to look after them in the daily operation. Making sure that they're protected and watched over.
Stars of Sesame Street.
Yeah.
How about for you? What have you learned? What's the most valuable lesson you've learned in the 15 years or so you've been doing General Hospital?
I've learned to put others before me. I used to be all about me, and then I realized that without them there was no me. So I put them first, and like Jimmy said, we protect them to a fault sometimes. So
it's a team effort. It really is a team effort.
This is what I love about doing creative Emmys, because we get to meet the people behind the scenes with so much integrity, no ego, just people that are here to work hard and make other people look good. You guys never get the credit you deserve. So I really, thank you for your hard work in this field. And
Thanks for spending time with us.
continuing